In a world where life often feels like a series of unexpected challenges, what if the key to peace and resilience isn't in fighting fate, but embracing it? Amor Fati, a Stoic concept meaning love of fate, encourages us to accept and even cherish everything that happens, both the good and the bad. By shifting our mindset from resistance to acceptance, we can transform obstacles into opportunities for growth and wisdom. This philosophy invites us to find value in every experience, including those that seem unfavorable. Whether stuck in traffic or facing personal hardships, Amor Fati teaches us to see these moments as chances to develop virtues like patience, gratitude, and emotional resilience. Instead of seeing ourselves as victims of circumstance, we become active participants in our own journey, choosing how to respond with clarity and intention. Practicing Amor Fati brings profound benefits, such as reducing stress, boosting emotional intelligence, and fostering deeper connections with others. It helps us navigate life's twists and turns with a greater sense of purpose, creativity, and clarity. Through mindful acceptance, reframing negative situations, cultivating gratitude, and practicing self-compassion, we empower ourselves to respond to challenges in ways that promote growth and fulfillment. By embracing the unexpected with curiosity rather than resistance, we open ourselves to new possibilities and unexpected opportunities. The philosophy of Amor Fati is not about passivity or resignation. It's about actively engaging with life, finding meaning in every situation, and using every experience to strengthen our emotional resilience. This approach transforms our journey into one of empowerment, peace, and purpose, allowing us to live fully, no matter what comes our way. Reduce stress and anxiety, the power of embracing the present moment. In a world that constantly demands our attention and decision-making, stress and anxiety have become constant companions for many. But what if there was a way to significantly reduce the grip these emotions have on us? The answer lies in one of the most profound practices of Stoicism, accepting what we cannot change and embracing the present moment. Stress and anxiety often stem from our resistance to life's inevitable ups and downs, from the nagging worry over what might happen in the future or the regret of what happened in the past. By letting go of this mental struggle and accepting life as it unfolds, we free ourselves from the tension of trying to control everything, which is often the root cause of stress. Imagine walking into a room full of people and suddenly feeling a surge of anxiety because you're unsure how you'll be received or if you'll say the wrong thing. This mental chatter, this constant internal battle about how you are perceived, feeds into the feeling of unease. When we learn to accept ourselves as we are, and let go of expectations, we shift our focus from fear of judgment to simple presence. By practicing mindfulness and fully engaging with the moment, we start to realize that we have more control over our emotional state than we initially believed. Each moment becomes an opportunity to reclaim our peace, making us less vulnerable to the external pressures that typically fuel anxiety. Furthermore, acceptance isn't about passivity, it's about clarity. When we stop resisting the inevitable, we open up mental space for better decision-making. The constant worry about what could go wrong can cloud our judgment and make even small problems seem insurmountable. But when we embrace life as it is, we clear away the noise of anxious thoughts and are left with a clearer view of the path forward. It's like cleaning fogged-up glasses. Once the mental clutter is cleared, you can see your options more clearly, feel calmer, and make more rational decisions. This reduction in internal conflict naturally leads to a reduction in external stressors as well. The mind-body connection is another crucial factor in how stress and anxiety affect us. The body responds to perceived threats with physical symptoms like tightness in the chest, shallow breathing, or a racing heart. These physical reactions often amplify the emotional experience, creating a feedback loop that can feel overwhelming. However, by practicing acceptance and shifting our focus to the present, we disrupt this cycle. Focusing on the breath, noticing sensations in the body, and simply observing thoughts rather than engaging with them allows us to break the grip of anxiety. This mindful awareness enables us to step out of the stress cycle and into a state of relaxation and calm. Finally, one of the most powerful tools for reducing stress and anxiety is the realization that we don't have to fight every battle. Often, the anxiety we feel arises from our belief that we must always be in control, or that every situation must be resolved immediately. By embracing the reality that not everything is within our power, we learn to let go of the constant need to fix things. This shift allows us to approach life with more patience and ease, ultimately fostering a deeper sense of peace. Stress and anxiety are not eliminated entirely, but they become more manageable when we stop fighting against the flow of life and accept it as it comes. The more we practice this approach, the more resilient we become, building emotional strength in the face of life's challenges. Greater emotional resilience, strength through adversity. Emotional resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, adapt to challenges, and keep moving forward in the face of adversity. It's not about avoiding hardship or pretending that everything is fine, but about cultivating the inner strength to weather life's storms with grace and determination. In our fast-paced, unpredictable world, resilience is more important than ever. When we embrace the philosophy of Amor Fati, we begin to see challenges not as obstacles but as opportunities for growth. This shift in perspective allows us to cultivate greater emotional resilience by accepting life's inevitable difficulties rather than resisting them. When we resist painful emotions or difficult circumstances, we often amplify their impact on our well-being. The emotional energy spent on fighting against what is can leave us feeling drained, defeated, and overwhelmed. But when we choose to embrace our fate, accepting both the joys and the sorrows, we take away the power that resistance holds over us. Resilience grows not from avoiding pain, but from learning how to face it with clarity and strength. By allowing ourselves to experience and process difficult emotions without judgment, we build emotional endurance, making us better equipped to handle whatever comes our way. One of the keys to emotional resilience is understanding that failure and hardship are not signs of weakness but of strength. Life's most transformative lessons often arise from our struggles. When we face adversity head-on, instead of shrinking away, we learn more about ourselves, our limits, and our capacity for growth. The Stoic practice of reflecting on the challenges we've overcome teaches us that each setback is a stepping stone toward greater wisdom and fortitude. By embracing each experience, whether it's a failure, a disappointment, or a loss, as part of our journey, we develop a deeper well of emotional resilience that empowers us to keep going, no matter what life throws at us. Another powerful aspect of emotional resilience is the ability to reframe our experiences. Instead of seeing hardship as something to be avoided, we can reframe it as an opportunity to develop new skills, deepen our understanding, and cultivate strength. For instance, a difficult conversation or confrontation might seem like a threat at first, but when we embrace it with the mindset of Amor Fati, we see it as an opportunity to practice patience, improve our communication, and grow emotionally. This ability to reframe challenges allows us to remain grounded in the face of adversity and prevents us from becoming overwhelmed by negative emotions. Emotional resilience thrives when we choose to focus on the potential for growth within every situation. Ultimately, greater emotional resilience stems from the realization that we have control over how we respond to life's events, even if we can't control the events themselves. By embracing our fate, we reclaim our power to choose our emotional responses. This sense of agency, this ability to decide how we react to hardship, creates an inner fortitude that makes us less susceptible to the emotional ups and downs of life. Over time, the more we practice resilience, the stronger we become, not by avoiding pain, but by learning how to navigate it with wisdom, patience, and compassion. Through Amor Fati, we transform adversity into a source of strength, building a resilience that can withstand the challenges of life with unwavering resolve. Deeper sense of purpose, finding meaning in every moment. A deeper sense of purpose is like a compass that guides us through life's labyrinth, giving our actions direction and meaning. It's the internal drive that propels us forward, even when the path is difficult or unclear. Embracing the philosophy of Amor Fati, which encourages us to love and accept our fate, can profoundly shift how we perceive purpose. Rather than searching for meaning in some distant future or ideal scenario, we begin to recognize that purpose is embedded in every experience, whether it's joyful or painful. The very act of embracing life as it unfolds with all its complexities allows us to tap into a more profound and lasting sense of purpose. In our modern world, It's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of external achievements, thinking that success, wealth, or recognition will bring us fulfillment. However, these pursuits often leave us feeling empty or uncertain, as if we're chasing a mirage. Amor Fati shifts our focus from what we think we should achieve to what is already present in our lives. By accepting and loving our current circumstances, no matter how challenging, we begin to uncover the deeper meaning in even the most mundane or difficult aspects of life. This shift in perspective encourages us to find purpose not in external rewards, but in the journey itself, appreciating the richness and depth of each moment. One of the most powerful aspects of a deeper sense of purpose is that it's not contingent upon external validation. When we learn to embrace our fate and recognize that every experience, no matter how challenging, is part of our story, we begin to see that meaning comes from within. We don't need to chase it or wait for it to be bestowed upon us. Instead, we create purpose by how we respond to life's twists and turns. For instance, a personal setback might initially seem like a failure, but through the lens of Amor Fati, it becomes an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. Each experience becomes a brushstroke in the larger picture of our lives, contributing to the greater purpose of becoming the person we are meant to be. Furthermore, a deeper sense of purpose isn't just about individual fulfillment. It often leads to a greater connection with others and the world around us. When we embrace our fate, we become more attuned to the shared experiences of humanity, recognizing that we are all on a journey filled with challenges and growth. This understanding fosters empathy and compassion, allowing us to contribute to the collective purpose of helping others and making the world a better place. Whether through acts of kindness, creating meaningful relationships, or pursuing work that aligns with our values, the deeper purpose we find in our own lives naturally extends outward, creating a ripple effect that touches those around us. Ultimately, a deeper sense of purpose is transformative because it shifts our relationship with life itself. Instead of seeing life as something to be controlled, fixed, or escaped from, Amor Fati teaches us to embrace it fully, trusting that every experience contributes to the grander tapestry of our existence. This acceptance brings a profound sense of peace, as we stop fighting against what is and start embracing what could be. In doing so, we step into a deeper, more meaningful connection with ourselves, with others, and with the world. Our purpose becomes not just something we seek, but something we embody, a guiding force that empowers us to live with intention, resilience, and an unwavering sense of meaning. Improved relationships, embracing connection through Amor Fati. Improved relationships often begin with how we approach and understand the world. Embracing the Stoic principle of Amor Fati, loving and accepting one's fate, helps foster deeper, more authentic connections with those around us. When we practice acceptance, we become more present and less consumed by what we wish life or others should be like. This presence allows us to listen with genuine interest and respond without judgment, creating a space where relationships can flourish. By letting go of the desire to control how others behave or how situations unfold, we develop empathy and patience, qualities that are crucial for nurturing healthy and fulfilling relationships. Moreover, Amor Fati encourages us to approach challenges and misunderstandings with curiosity rather than defensiveness. In any relationship, conflicts are inevitable, but how we respond to them makes all the difference. Instead of seeing a disagreement as a threat or personal slight, accepting it as part of the natural ebb and flow of human connection can lead to more constructive conversations and deeper understanding. This mindset allows us to ask, "What can I learn from this?" rather than defaulting to blame or frustration. As a result, conflicts become opportunities for growth and greater alignment, turning potential fractures into strong foundations for trust and cooperation. Amor Fati also promotes self-awareness and emotional intelligence, qualities that enhance our interactions with others. By acknowledging and accepting our own flaws and limitations without harsh self-criticism, we become more understanding of others' imperfections as well. This openness encourages vulnerability, which in turn fosters intimacy and genuine connection. People are naturally drawn to those who can admit their mistakes and learn from them, as it signals humility and reliability. By living out the principle of Amor Fati, we not only improve our relationship with ourselves but also create stronger, more resilient bonds with those around us, enriching our lives with meaningful and supportive connections. Increased creativity and problem solving, unlocking potential with Amor Fati. Adopting Amor Fati, embracing and loving one's fate, has an extraordinary impact on how we approach challenges and generate ideas. When we fully accept situations as they are, we free ourselves from the mental clutter of resistance, regret, or self-pity. This newfound mental clarity opens the door for more innovative thinking. Rather than being stuck in a cycle of, "Why me?" or ruminating over what could have been different, we shift to asking, "What can I create from this?" This mindset turns obstacles into springboards for creative solutions, transforming setbacks into moments ripe with potential. When we embrace the reality of our circumstances, however imperfect, we tap into a powerful state of adaptability. This willingness to engage with what is rather than wishing for what should be is fertile ground for creativity. The story of many successful innovations starts here, with someone who faced an unexpected challenge and, instead of resisting it, asked how they could use it to their advantage. From writers who turn personal struggles into moving stories to entrepreneurs who build game-changing products from failures, embracing fate invites us to see beyond conventional answers and craft novel approaches that others overlook. Amor Fati also fosters resilience, which fuels persistence, a key ingredient for solving complex problems. Challenges often demand multiple attempts, new perspectives, and the courage to learn from failures. When we view life's hurdles as part of the grand design rather than as errors to be avoided, we feel more confident in experimenting and taking risks. Every misstep becomes just another step in the process of discovery, which in turn fosters ingenuity. Embracing Amor Fati helps us see that each twist in the road carries a lesson or an opportunity, making our approach to problem-solving not just effective, but infused with boundless creativity. Mindful acceptance, the art of embracing reality. Mindful acceptance is a subtle, yet powerful practice that shifts how we engage with life's inevitable ebbs and flows. It's the act of fully acknowledging the present moment, no matter how uncomfortable or imperfect it may be, without attempting to push it away or wish it were different. This practice doesn't mean passivity or resignation. Rather, it's the foundation for clarity and action. By accepting what is, we conserve the mental energy often lost to resistance, allowing us to respond more thoughtfully and effectively. Picture a calm river that flows over rocks without struggling against them. Mindful acceptance teaches us to navigate life's challenges with the same fluid grace. The true intrigue of mindful acceptance lies in its paradox. By releasing the desire to change what we cannot control, we actually create space for transformation. This practice frees us from the shackles of expectation and judgment, allowing us to observe our thoughts and emotions without being overpowered by them. With this perspective, we move from reacting to responding, finding peace even in chaos. Embracing the present moment, no matter how it appears, invites a sense of groundedness that turns life's surprises from potential disruptions into opportunities for growth and deeper understanding. Reframing negative situations, the art of turning obstacles into opportunities. Reframing negative situations is an empowering mental shift that transforms how we approach setbacks and adversity. Rather than seeing challenges as insurmountable problems or signs of failure, reframing invites us to ask, "What can I learn from this?" Or "How can this serve my growth?" This subtle change in perspective can turn moments of frustration into catalysts for innovation and resilience. Just as an artist uses shadows to bring depth to their work, reframing allows us to see the nuanced value in what might first appear dark and undesirable. It sharpens our ability to find hidden potential, teaching us to pivot with creativity rather than succumb to defeat. The intrigue of reframing lies in its transformative nature. It gives us agency in situations that might otherwise feel overwhelming or hopeless. This practice aligns with stories of great inventors, entrepreneurs, and leaders who faced numerous failures but chose to see them as lessons rather than verdicts. When we reframe, we are not denying the reality of difficulties. We are simply choosing to see them as raw material for growth. By cultivating this skill, we train our minds to seek solutions and maintain hope, building a mindset where every experience, even the toughest ones, becomes a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. Gratitude, the hidden force behind resilience and joy. Gratitude, often underestimated as a simple feeling, is a powerful lens that transforms how we engage with the world. When practiced regularly, it shifts our focus from what's lacking to what's already present, fostering contentment even amidst life's imperfections. Gratitude acts as a subtle rewiring of the mind. It heightens our awareness of small, often overlooked blessings that, when acknowledged, amplify our sense of abundance. This practice has a ripple effect. The more we recognize and appreciate, the more positive aspects we seem to uncover, creating a cycle of increasing fulfillment and well-being. What's fascinating about gratitude is its proven impact on mental health and emotional resilience. It serves as a psychological anchor during turbulent times, reminding us of sources of strength and joy that persist even in hardship. By intentionally reflecting on moments of gratitude, whether through journaling or quiet contemplation, we bolster our capacity to face challenges with hope and composure. The true beauty of gratitude lies in its simplicity and accessibility. It requires no special tools or circumstances, only a willingness to pause, observe, and cherish. Visualization, crafting reality with the mind's eye. Visualization is more than daydreaming. It's an intentional practice that leverages the mind's creative power to shape real outcomes. When you close your eyes and vividly picture a goal or response to a challenge, your brain activates neural pathways similar to those used during actual experiences. This mental rehearsal primes your mind and body to act in alignment with your vision, enhancing both confidence and performance when faced with real situations. Elite athletes and successful leaders often harness this mental technique, turning visualized triumphs into tangible achievements by immersing themselves in the sensations and details of their imagined success. What makes visualization so intriguing is its dual power. It can both prepare and transform. By imagining yourself navigating a difficult conversation with calm and poise or embracing an unforeseen setback with grace, you effectively train yourself to respond positively before the moment arrives. This practice shifts your perception of challenges from daunting to manageable, as your brain becomes more accustomed to a successful outcome. With consistent practice, visualization helps bridge the gap between where you are and where you aspire to be, making what once felt impossible gradually seem inevitable. Self-compassion, the art of treating yourself as a friend. Self-compassion is the practice of showing yourself the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a close friend in moments of struggle. This powerful tool shifts how we handle setbacks and failures, transforming internal criticism into support. Instead of berating yourself when things go wrong, self-compassion invites you to acknowledge your pain, recognize your shared humanity, and respond with patience. This shift isn't about excusing mistakes or suppressing negative feelings. It's about allowing yourself to feel those emotions without harsh judgment, creating a space where healing and growth can take place. What's intriguing about self-compassion is how profoundly it impacts resilience and motivation. Research shows that those who practice self-compassion are more likely to take responsibility for mistakes and strive to improve, as they feel safe confronting their imperfections. By embracing yourself with empathy, you foster an inner environment where learning from failure is not daunting but empowering. This nurturing mindset acts as a springboard for courage, creativity, and genuine self-improvement, guiding you through life's challenges with grace and confidence. Take inspired action, the intersection of acceptance and initiative. Taking inspired action means responding to life with purpose and energy, even when circumstances aren't ideal. It's more than just moving forward, it's taking steps grounded in acceptance of your reality, yet driven by a vision for something better. This concept intertwines mindful acceptance with proactive response, creating a powerful synergy. When you embrace your current situation without resistance, you unlock mental space that fuels clear, inspired decisions. This kind of action is different from reaction, which is often frantic and driven by fear. Instead, inspired action is deliberate and aligns with your deeper values, enabling you to chart a course that reflects who you truly are. What makes taking inspired action so compelling is that it turns obstacles into opportunities. By engaging with life fully and acknowledging its challenges, you can choose your next steps with intention. Consider how great innovators and leaders often rise not by denying difficulties but by leaning into them, asking, "What's the best move I can make given this reality?" This approach fuels creativity and resilience, allowing you to shape your path meaningfully and with confidence. Embracing inspired action transforms you from a passive participant into the active author of your own journey, crafting a life that is both reflective and bold. When you take inspired action, you start to see life as a dynamic playground of possibilities rather than a series of fixed outcomes. This mindset makes each step forward feel less like a gamble and more like an intentional move in a larger plan. It's where acceptance and ambition meet, rooted in the reality of the present, yet leaning into the potential of what could be. This practice not only builds resilience but cultivates a profound sense of trust in yourself. Each choice, made with clarity and intent, reinforces that you are capable of navigating life's complexities, turning the uncertain into a canvas where your vision can come to life. Embracing Amor Fati, the love of fate, isn't always an easy path, and some days will undoubtedly be more challenging than others. But that's perfectly okay. What truly matters is your commitment to the practice of acceptance, and your willingness to engage with life as it is, rather than how you think it should be. Over time, with consistent effort, you'll naturally begin to embrace Amor Fati more deeply. Challenges will no longer feel like insurmountable obstacles, but opportunities for growth, and you'll experience a sense of peace and purpose that comes from navigating life's ups and downs with resilience. As we conclude our exploration of Amor Fati, it's important to recognize that this isn't just a philosophical idea, it's a transformative practice that has the potential to radically change how we approach life. By fully accepting and loving our fate, we cultivate resilience, enhance our problem-solving abilities, deepen our emotional intelligence, and develop a profound sense of gratitude for the present moment. This empowerment allows us to respond to life's challenges with creativity and courage, instead of fear or resistance. In a world that often encourages us to battle against what is, Amor Fati invites us to dance with life, embracing our stories, both the joyful and the painful, as integral parts of our journey. Remember the words of Nietzsche: "He who has a why to live can bear almost anyhow." By finding your why in your experiences, whether they are triumphant or difficult, you can embrace your fate with a sense of meaning and direction. As life unfolds with all its complexity, Amor Fati helps you see the beauty in both the highs and lows, transforming every experience into an opportunity for growth. In doing so, you'll discover not only the power of Amor Fati but also the profound richness of life itself.